Alright, what's up? What's going on, guys? CaptainMonk here. In today's game, playing some Twisted Fate in the mid lane. As you guys can see as well, we are rocking the pack skin because the skin is freaking awesome. And for those of you who are going to ask me, even though I'm going to explain it now, there are going to be some comments like, asking me how I got it. Back when I worked with skin shops, I actually made a deal that I would, of course, advertise their skin shop for a little bit. And in exchange for that, I actually ended up getting a skin. And that skin happened to be Pack's Twisted Fate, which is pretty sweet. So although it might be kind of shady a little bit to advertise skin shops in exchange for skins, but you can't deny how tempting this skin is, and I gave in. I'm not exactly the proudest of that decision, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it too much. But on our team here today, guys, we've got Sirius playing Janus support. We've also got Nathan Kazuki playing as Ivory in the top lane, D1 Egent playing as Ashe 80 carry, and lastly, we have Big Glaze Donut, our main man Donut, playing as Nocturne in the jungle. We've also, or I shouldn't say we've also, on their team actually, they've got, looks like a Zyra support, and her name is Zyra is my main with the challenger icon, so that's pretty damn intimidating. And I'll go ahead and say thank you, because of course, rocking the skin and people are complimenting it. We've also, looks like we're against a Jinx as well, and that, their team comp is actually super weird. I'm assuming it's a Zyra support with the Fiora mid, Jinx 80 carry of course, the Rengar jungle, then the Corki top, because he's got that TP, but who really knows? There's no real way of finding out until we get into the game itself. Let's get our W here, level 1, and see what we can do in this lane here. Now, normally with TF, from my experience, his lane phase isn't that exactly bad, but it's not good either. And what I'm pretty much saying here, and to get more specifics, is his ability to farm and all that, it's pretty good. I mean, he's got his W, which is very versatile, of course, having the stun, the mana sustain, and it looks like it's a Corki mid, okay. That is very weird. He's running TP on Corki mid, but alright. Is he going AP? He is going AP, Corki. Very interesting. I don't see that very often, but it's not actually that bad. It's much better than people give it credit for, but it's still better AD carry, of course. But basically, Twisted Fate, like his kill potential is pretty minimal in lane, but his ability to farm is pretty solid. So you just like to sit back and farm, get level 6, then roam with your ultimate. That's pretty much the routine with Twisted Fate. So I'm just going to let Corki push me in slightly and just get last hits left and right, looking to not miss as many as possible and go from there. And I'll go ahead and use my W here just to use my mana card there and do that and let the wave push to here. And this is push where I want to sit. The rest of the lane phase is right here if I can manage that. And of course it will be difficult too, but I'm going to do my best to do exactly that while also missing as few minions as possible. But I of course am not perfect, so I will miss the occasional one. But in this lane here, of course, with Corki, all we really need to worry about, and that minion got really far, is of course dodging his Q. As long as we do that, we should be fine. Let's get a second point to our Q here. Don't need our E just yet. And yeah, as long as we dodge that, I mean, his W, we're not going to be really worried about that. At least I don't think so. And his E is not going to do much damage because he's, of course, AP. So yeah, it's all we really have to avoid for the first few levels. And his auto attacks don't do much damage either because he is AP. Once he has his ult, though, we got to be really careful with that because the ultimate of his has both an AD and an AP ratio. So it pretty much hurts no matter what he builds, as long as it's damage, of course, of some sort. And he is missing right now, so I don't know what that's all about. But as far as my build goes, I have a bit of a plan with TF. Now, I've been doing some research on this, and I don't know if it's exactly the best build, but a lot of pros have been running it, and I think it's pretty solid, so I'm going to try and show it off a little bit in this game. I guess I autoed the wrong thing there. It's basically a movement speed build. It's kind of like my Katarina video in the sense that I'm going to build a lot of movement speed items, but because I'm Twisted Fate and Lichbane's a very effective item on him, I get the luxury of building that as well, whereas on Katarina, of course, that wouldn't make much sense at all. So, Twisted Fate's pretty good with this build. Essentially, I run move speed quints, kind of like I did on Katarina. You get cooldown boots, which I didn't exactly do because you don't need cooldown, but, again, it's finished boots. That's really how it adds to the move speed part of the build. But the cooldown's really good because, of course, I'm running scaling cooldown reduction in my runes. So I have an extra 15% from there, and whoops, I didn't dodge that. We've also got, of course, the cooldown boots, so all in all, it should add up. And I'll go ahead and use the gold card a little bit late there, but still get some free damage. It is a Nocturne gank, so not really much is going to come out of that anyways. So a bit of free damage and him using his highest mana cost ability isn't too shabby for ourselves. So, as far as cooldown reduction goes, I've got 5% from masteries. Actually, I think it's actually a bit less because I'm running 3 points in the ability, or in the mastery, so it's a little bit less, but it's not a big deal. And I'm going to miss a minion here, I think. Maybe 2. Yep, 2. Damn, I suck. 27 note to his 22, so it's not too bad. Let's go and get this minion here. And back to the movement speed, though, so I'm going to have those boots. I'm going to have the Ludin's Echo and the Lichbane. Going to have move speed quints. All in all, really, really solid. And a lot of move speed. And pretty much the point of this is to roam. And that's really what you want to do with Twisted Fate is, yeah, his wave clear is good. So what you do is you shove in, because you don't really have much kill potential in lane, because of course it's pretty obvious when you got a gold card and you're walking up to your opponent, it's pretty clear you're looking to kill them. So it's pretty easy to avoid that sort of thing unless they're super low, in which case they just won't get close to you in the first place, because you're not exactly that surprising with Twisted Fate unless you use your ultimate, of course, which you may as well just use to roam. So we keep coming back to the roaming part of it, so you'll see how that works out once we hit level 6. I'm going to start shoving in here to look to get level 6 a little bit sooner than Corky, so that I can reduce his wave clear, and then roam as soon as possible, and probably go bot lane, and maybe even top. Really, we'll find out. And one more wave or so should do it. Let's go and use the red card here. One thing I like about Twisted Fate, they changed, not recently, but definitely pretty recent if you look at the grand scale of things in the timeline of Twisted Fate being in the league, is, ooh, mess up the siege, I'm sad. Is they made it so that you can see his cards all when you use your W, whereas beforehand, it would just show the one card, it wouldn't show all of them. So it would show you the one card that you're able to use at the time, so you have to kind of memorize the order of them, otherwise you'd have a problem. And I'm going to come bottom here and see what we can do. Jinx is pretty far back, but I think we can make things happen. Nah, actually, maybe not. I'll go into Zyra instead, I guess. Just get some free damage, considering I can't really do much with that card anyways. As soon as I ulted, Jinx was already backed off anyway, so that was a mistake by me. A little bit trying to push my limits when I really can't do that anyways. But Corky is here, and so is Zyra, actually. We might be able to make things happen. The pink word's gone. Oh, hello, Corky. Yeah, you know, I'll just back off. I'm not going to force anything here. We're fine. I'm out of mana anyway, so I can't really push my advantage too much, because it's not really much of an advantage in the first place. So I'll go ahead and try and shove it in as best as I can here. Looks like Janna's coming in, but I don't think we can really do much. I'm out of mana, but we got his flash, so that's very worthwhile. I don't know why he flashed. That was not smart by him. He should have evaluated how much mana I had and then, you know, calculated what I could really do with it, but that's okay. His loss, his flash is down. I'll go ahead and say that so that Nocturne knows. Oops. No flash. And I'll go back here. So for my first buy, I'm going to grab myself the Nisaraj Rod, because I can afford it. May as well. Extra boots for move speed. And I'll get myself a pink ward and some health potions as well. And we'll walk back to the lane. Now, pretty soon here, I'll be looking to get cooldown boots, but because I can get the Nisaraj Rod, although it is less expensive than it used to be, of course, it used to be 1,600 gold, it still makes a lot of sense to pick it up when you can afford it, and with the extra gold I had, I couldn't really get much more than boots, so let's do that. But pretty soon here, I'll look to get... Not really, but it's okay. I'll be looking to get cooldown boots pretty soon, so I can reduce the cooldown of my ultimate and my other spells, of course, so that I can be more mobile and use my spells more often and all that, and wow, you can see the damage it starts to do once he has some points in the skill. Yeah, Corky's definitely going to start getting strong now, so I'll be kind of careful about that. Oop, walked right into that one. Man, I suck. I'll use my potions, though. I'm running, of course, the Mage Masteries with 2109, so you can check out my Runes and Masteries in the description, as always, and you can see what I'm running. And those extra biscuits definitely come in handy a little bit. And I'll get this pink ward down, hopefully, and I will find a ward. Okay. I can never tell whether I prefer to find a ward or not, because, yeah, I got to clear a ward, and that's great and dandy and all, but that makes it pretty obvious that I got a pink ward there, which kind of sets my pink ward up to be destroyed, which kind of sucks. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword in that sense. But we've got another 30 seconds on our ultimate here. Looks like top lane's getting another kill onto the Fiora. That is a really one-sided matchup. I'm not thinking that Fiora is gonna, or not Fiora, I don't think I really is gonna need our help. So I'll just be looking to try and help out in the bot lane, because apparently that Zyra got a challenger icon, and holy fuck, I need to avoid these spells, because they really hurt. At least he didn't dodge my wild cards, though, so I'm trading back a little bit. And I'll just keep using my wild cards from a distance here. Use the gold card on him here, and I'm gonna have to flash, actually, to dodge that. But I am thinking here, if the opportunity presents itself, I could try and kill him with Ghost, but my element surprise with Flash is gone, which is going to make things challenging. And he is actually missing, but so... Oh, actually... Okay, I don't know where he is. I'm kind of pondering whether I should back off or anything like that, because he has his Valkyrie. Yep, this is what I was afraid of. He wasted his spells, though. No, I can't take him on. I was really hoping I'd get that auto off from my E, so that I can take him out, but I couldn't quite do it. So he outplayed me there, which is unfortunate. But I can pick up my cooldown boots now, at least, which would be really nice to help me cap out my CDR. Because, of course, like I said, I got the 5%, or maybe it's 3.5. I don't know. It's something like that from my masteries, 15 scaling from runes, and then, of course, what we just bought. So cooldown reduction is definitely going to help us out this game. And in all seriousness, I think Corky's a better laner at this point as an AP caster than Twisted Fate, because of course, yeah, his wave clear is pretty much just as good. I mean, his ultimate now and his Q, Both really good wave clear tools, both AoE. Fairly short cooldown in his ultimate especially. And my wave clear is probably just as good, but he's got the mobility advantage over me and a bit more damage, whereas my ultimate, of course, doesn't really provide me much in lane itself. So me losing lane like that, not a surprise, not a problem, because in the late game, I'll be able to make global plays all over the damn place, and my ultimate will be on a much shorter cooldown, which will really make a difference, so I'm not too concerned. It looks like Zyra's here for some reason, and actually Rengar's up there. I could look to make a play on him with my ult, but it'd be kind of tricky, but it is possible. Now, Nocturne's wanting to give me blue here. I'm kind of hesitant to take it from him because I can just make do with my blue card. And, you know, Corki is destroying me in lane right now, but I'm not going to say no. Although, a part of me thinks I should. We'll see what happens with this blue buff. If I fail in lane and I'm unable to survive in lane, then I won't take him anymore. And it looks like he's going for the Luden's Echo first, just like I am. I like Luden's Echo first because it's just a huge amount of burst from one item. Bigger than Luden's because of... Or not Luden's. Bigger than... Lich Bane, because of course your Lich Bane's pretty much reliant on hitting your W, whereas your Q can proc Ludens, so it's really, really effective. Not to mention extra move speed, which you also get from Lich Bane. I don't know, I just really like it, and holy crap, those are massive AoE. This is going to be a very challenging lane. And I don't know how that one hit me, I'm going to be honest. That one felt like it was max range. But I'll just keep spamming wild cards and clearing out waves left and right, because all I can really do, unfortunately, in the current state of this lane. But I could actually... Oh, never mind. She's already dead. Damn. That's really unfortunate. I really want to help with this bot lane, but if she's already dead like that, it's pretty difficult to. And yeah, they're too healthy for me to take them on. Alright, just popped a gold card there in case he Valkyried in, because I can then kind of protect myself a little bit. Juked out that at least. Toss some wild cards out. Is he going to walk into it? Nope. Yeah, I'm just looking to keep the waves away from my turret while simultaneously crossing my fingers that he will walk into one of my wild cards. Because, of course, that would be very beneficial for me. Alright, cleared all those. So we're still at 96 CS. He's sitting at 91. We are actually up. And if he's right here, we might be able to catch him out. He's out of spells. Maybe. Come on, gold card, please. Alright, Nocturne's going in here. Oh, Nocturne's going to get it. I was really hoping to get that kill, get myself back in the game a little bit more, but we still got the assist. Nocturne's going to pick up that one, so not too bad. And man, we got really low. That was actually cutting it really close. This Corki's actually a lot stronger than you'd expect from an AP Corki. But his range is not quite as good. I mean, his ultimate's good, but that's all he's really got as far as long range. His Q's pretty short range, so he won't be able to wave clear all that great, but it's still pretty solid. It's kind of weird. Anyways, we're doing okay, though, here. Decent farm. We're doing what normally TF would do, although this matchup is a little bit strange. This is normally how TF lanes should go. If you get really fed in lane phase, it's I don't know, it's unpredictable. It's unexpected to get fed in lane, really, with Twisted Fate, especially versus your immediate lane matchup. But if you get fed off the other lanes, that's fairly common, but still, even then, that's pretty much reliant on how your other lanes are doing. In this game, it's kind of lopsided. We have bot lane who I can't really help because either they're really pushed up, or they're dead, or top lane, which is a complete stomp fest, and our top laner is doing great, which is great for us, because that means Aurelia can help us win this game and carry us out a little bit. My ultimate is up here, and so I'm not going to go top lane with that, because as we know, I mean, 4-1. I guess she died to the jungler, which makes sense. But bot lane definitely needs my helps. I definitely need to be doing a better job and looking at bot lane and trying to help them out. I'm not doing that very well this game. And I'm going to blame that primarily on myself being bad, but of course, but on the extra part, which is Corki getting in my head, juking me out with the Corki pick. Now, we don't know where he is. He is missing. We see that Rengar and Corki are bot lane. I want to gank here, but at the same time, I don't think we can actually go in 4v4, and they're all in the area, so 4v4 is a likely situation. But actually, we can catch out Jinx right here. Or someone else. Actually, we cut out Zyra instead. This is still good. She's going to have to use her flash, if anything. Alright, Nocturne's going to pick up that one. And that's one kill. So now we have the advantage in the 4v3, I guess. And they can't do Dragon anymore, so that's pretty solid for us. Corki has more or less caught up to my CS. I've got 2 assists now, so the 1 kill is pretty much cancelled out with my 2 assists. 2 assists normally counts as around the same amount as a kill in most situations. It looks like Rengar actually sticked around bot lane. So while Corki is not here, I want to push this in, make him miss farm, and then maybe I'll rotate bottom if I have time to. Alright, got that. And yeah, Corki went bottom. And he's got a blue buff, so I kind of want to take him out. Nocturne does have ult. Let's see, let's just go bot lane. If me and Nocturne could just use the globals. Alright, let's go into Jinx here, 'cause she has blue buff. And I want that. Alright, Noxious can pick up that one, and I'll get the one on Rengar. Alright, I didn't get the blue buff, and I guess there actually wasn't a blue buff, because Nocturne doesn't have it, so I guess maybe I was just seeing things. But that's still really solid for us. Picked up 2 kills, but we are going to lose pressure in the mid lane. They're now going to pressure our mid lane really hard. We need to get over there and do something about that. We have Ashe on the way. If Ashe can arrow when that's up, she doesn't have it just yet. I've got my Ghost here. Zyra is in a really bad spot because she's not mobile enough to really get out. Let's see, Valkyrie on Core can get him out, but Zyra doesn't have that luxury, so she's going to get comboed here. But so am I. Holy fuck. And the plant snipes me from the back. That is so crazy. Like, holy shit, did she do a lot of damage. And I guess the Valkyrie from Corki did a lot more than we expected. Normally, Valkyrie on Corki doesn't really do damage because he's not AP, so I didn't even think about that. So again, the Corki mechanics getting to me here. And he is going to miss the arrow here, and the damage. She's just going to Valkyrie on, or he's just going to Valkyrie on top of Ashe. And that's going to be a double kill. That is a fed laner that I have to deal with now. That is a huge shame. I'm going to blame myself a little bit for that one, though, because if I didn't die there to Zyra, that would have been a lot better. It's AP Corki, yeah. He's going to be a problem now, because not only is he going to finish his Ludens like I just finished, but he's probably also going to get an extra Nizzard Rod. That's what I'm expecting based on the gold that he should have from farm and kills and whatnot. So I'm kind of expecting that, maybe even more, but we'll find out soon enough. But as far as late game goes, I'm not really concerned, because all of his abilities are skill shots, so as long as I can just dodge some of them, even one of them, one of this combo, he can't one-shot me. And as long as I hit my gold card, I mean, he can't dodge my Q because he's stunned, so I have the advantage in the late game. But for the time being, it's going to be tricky. So let's see what he's got. Ludens and Nizzard Rod. I called it. Damn it. That's really going to be tough for me to deal with, because all I have is an Amplifying Tome on top of my Nizzard Rod. And it looks like they do want to do the Dragon once again. I'm going to try and pressure mid here, because our team is not ready to go. Nocturne's getting pretty close, and yeah, we're just not ready to go here. Ashe is pushed back. So we're going to have to let them have that, and I was hoping to push in more. Wow, how does that hit me? I thought that was, like, out of range. And I think Zyra is trying to get me? Nope. Alright, well. Yeah, I wanted to pressure mid lane more during the time that they were doing Dragon, but they did so quick that I didn't even have time to do that. Let's just go ahead and do this. And you can see, we get to the point where we can actually one-shot waves with just the Ludens and I guess a bit of extra AP as well, so it's pretty helpful. Let's get a word in here, and it looks like Corki's going ham with the Valkyrie. If we can turn on this dude, that'd be huge, but I don't think we can get in range. Yeah, we can't. And I'm gonna get freaking Zyra rooted. Oh man, I just got completely wiped out. Or did I? Go. Damn it. I expected her to think I was going to go this way, towards mid lane. So I went down this way instead to try and juke it, but she actually expected me to do the opposite. But Irelia is coming in here with a massive plays. Can she get the Blade Surge onto all these champions? She can. That's going to be the triple kill for Nathan Kazuki onto Irelia. That is nuts. Great job, buddy, on that one. And let's pick up ourselves... I think the items for the Sheen into the Lichbane, so we have a bit more damage. Because Lichbane, of course, I mean, I think everyone knows this, how great it can be on Twisted Fate. And there's no reason not to get it. I just prefer the Ludens for the earlier wave clear, the earlier burst, and it does provide to all your spells, not just your W. I'm proud of you. Good job, buddy. But yeah, so far this game's been a bit of a struggle for me. I think you can all see that. And, you know, people always complain that my games are always stomps, and I think it's because I know how to make a champion work in the lane phase. And unfortunately, the way to make the Twisted Fate work in the lane phase is to, for starters, have a good matchup in lane, which I don't really have this lane, I'm going to be honest. The Corki isn't a counterpick by any means, but it's definitely not an easy matchup. I mean, an easy matchup be something that's, like, not a good mid laner, which Corki isn't a good mid laner, but he's definitely better than people give him credit for. I can say that with absolute certainty. So the Rengar is going to go down here. And Ashe might get out, but we'll only find out. There's 3 of them there. I could ulti in, but I don't really have faith that I could do anything. I mean, yeah, my team might survive here, but I mean, do you really think I could go in there and kill anybody without dying myself? I mean, I don't think so. Now we do have Nocturne here with us, and Zyra's backed off. We could try and do some damage to some people, like Jinx, because I do a lot of damage with that Sheen, but I don't think we can do much more than this. All right, there's 1 kill. Actually, let's go for Corki here. Alright, this is actually going a lot better than I expected. I will admit that I'm wrong about this, but I got the triple kill, but I did that to Zyra. I wish Donut, although I love this guy, he gave me 3 freaking kills. I really wish he would have just taken some of them so I wouldn't have died, but that's okay. We managed to even up the score here, 4-4 now. And yeah, you can see how fast I was in that fight, because I actually move speed 10% from this. Of course, I have move speed from Boots, and then move speed Quince, 427, without even using Ghost, which I did use in that fight. So I was speedy, Guns, freaking Zalus. And I made that joke last time, so I gotta come up with a new joke about going fast. But let's go ahead here and just sell my Dorn's ring here and work towards the what's it called? Lichbane. Actually, what? I'm not gonna do that. Actually, I'm gonna sell my potions here and get myself just the sperm item because it looks freaking awesome. And one thing I've done this game that I'm sure a lot of people will shame me for in the comments is never using my ultimate effectively. I literally ulted I think once its entire game, and it was a useless ulti that did nothing. So yeah, I suck. But in all seriousness, maybe I'm wrong. Of course, I'm never claiming to be, you know, the be-all, say-all. But from what I've seen this game, which, of course, I could have missed things, I feel like every opportunity to use my ultimate, I could have just walked down and been equally effective. And that's the truth of what I believe, but I don't know if that's, again, the truth of what it actually is. And Corki, never mind, I messed up. What the fuck is that damage? What the hell? He did 1,000 HP in 2 spells. Alright, so I'm gonna need some sort of magic resist this game, that's for sure. Now, I see that Corki's not here, so before I base here, I'm just gonna get myself a pink ward down and book it, because this is nuts. He does so much damage. Luckily for me, I'm more or less keeping up in farm. I'm only down 8, and I have gotten more assists, but 1 less kill, so I'm not too far gone. Looks like my top lane, or I guess my bot lane being top lane a little bit, because I got the Jan up there, is getting a little bit gangbanged, so I'm gonna look to heal up here, book it up there. I am pretty speedy, 457 move speed right now, and possibly make an ulti play to help out. I don't think that's actually going to happen because my team... Janna died, but I really managed to get out. Maybe I'll just go mid here and try and deal with the wave clear that Jinx is pushing into me. Alright, clear up all that. And let's get ourselves, I guess, another Q off here, and that should clear up the rest of the wave. Oh, except for this one. That one's special. Then I saw Fiora walking this way through the jungle of her side because we have wards there, so I might be able to get some free damage onto her if she's going to the river. I don't see her, though. Let's just go for blue buff. Alright, there we go. Blue buff for ourselves. Looks like Fiora did actually end up going mid lane instead, so I'll go ahead and clear up this wave then. And yeah, the Ludens definitely helps out with the wave clear, as you can clearly see. It's very, very nice. And actually, it looks like they're trying to come to our jungle here. The dragon is up in about 30 seconds, so it doesn't surprise me they're looking to group up and set up wards and all that. Nocturne going in very quick. Let's go ahead and just destroy Fiora. Never mind, she's going to get knocked towards us here, avoiding my wild cards because of that. And can we get onto Corki? He's got that Rylai's, so he's going to kite me out like crazy with that. There's the nice wild cards coming in here. We know that Rengar wants to make plays. I'm just going to keep tossing wild cards back. And I'm going to pop my ghost, actually. More wild cards backwards, just trying to kite out. I'm going to flash. And, ooh, he's so low. Can I hit the wild cards? I can, yes! Alright, and Nocturne and Aurelia did show up. A little bit late to the party, but they definitely did show up. Really good kiting job on my team. I had to use my ghost, of course, to fully kite out, but it wasn't too bad in the slightest. Got ourselves 2 kills in that, and I think that was actually an unofficial ace. Maybe it was an official, I don't know. I don't see it in the chat, so I guess it was unofficial, but I think we killed everybody. And we're going to solve the dragon as well. And we can probably also get pressure on the mid lane turret here, because yes, Zyra and Fiora are respawned, but the rest of our team is not, so we could possibly pressure another wave or 2 before we really need to base, because of course, danger reasons. So let's keep spamming my spells here. Of course, I got this blue buff, so I can do that. And I guess that's already all we can do. They're all respawned now. It'd be dangerous to stick around any longer, but I will actually do... I'll help him out with the raptors. There you go, friend. And he's gonna smite it. Makes sense, too. Get that buff. I felt like being a good guy and helping him out, because he's helped me out quite a bit this game. And let's pick up ourselves. Let's see here. I'm thinking, against their composition, Hourglass would be really good for the Rengar reason. But at the same time, I mean, they got a lot of magic damage, and maybe just going straight up damage makes the most sense. I don't really know. I'm just gonna go with my gut. My gut's telling me damage, so I'm gonna do exactly that. But I'm thinking for my full build here, based on what I've seen so far, this could of course change depending upon the flow of the game. Maybe I'll want Void Staff, but I don't really have any true tanks I need to burn through. So the way I'm seeing it right now is I think I'll get an Abyssal for that extra magic resist, and I think I'll also probably pick up an Hourglass for that extra safety from Rengar. So both some sort of armor and magic resist, and of course AP items, I think is what I'm going to get. And she's going to block that with her riposte or whatever it's called. But I'm not complaining. I mentioned the wild cards. That's enough for me to be satisfied. And Nocturne's going to pick up the solo kill there onto Jinx. So great job to him. Now I'm kind of worried because we see Corki on the side, and we can't really do much. Just me and Janna against a duo of Fiora, Corki, which is all we know about so far. We don't know about Rengar or Zyra or really anybody else either, so they could show up for all we know. We know where our team is, and they are not ready to go, so definitely don't want to do anything just yet. Now, we got our team with us now, so if we do find a catch, we can go for it. Of course, my move speed is coming to play here. Do some damage to Fiora and a bit to Rengar as well. Not too bad. And with this move speed, this is one of the biggest things with move speed is, yes, I have my Q, which is a skill shot. Move speed doesn't really affect that at all. But as far as hitting my wild card go, or my pick-a card goes, my gold card, it's all about just getting to range to use the spell, and if people are running away from me or trying to avoid it, or I'm trying to kite them out, having an extra move speed allows me just to not only kite, but also chase them, and yeah, they might have mobility spells, but if they don't, it just makes it so easy for me to just run at them and hit the gold card. And speaking of more gold cards, I'll get this blue buff here for myself, and he's going to smite it, and as he should, considering they do have the Corki there who is going to steal it, so that kind of blows. And I'm trying to dodge these, but I'm not able to, unfortunately. And, oh god, Zyra plants hurt. Let's just back out here. Tossing the wild cards backwards. The Ludens should proc, do extra damage as I throw them back. And I think, no, that wasn't a TP. It looked like a TP for some reason, but it was actually just Corki's Q checking the brush. So that was kind of rough. It was a 1-for-1, though. We all got out, but we might sacrifice some pressure on something, considering we are all going back to base. But we'll find out. I'm thinking what's going to happen here is we're just going to go back to base and pick up maybe an item of some sort. I guess I'll get the blasting one for Rabadons and return back mid lane, because I think they're going to pressure mid lane, if not ward up our jungle. And actually, we might have Fiora in our jungle here, and if that is the case, I can just TP in, but I got to figure out where she is first. I want to use my ultimate for no reason. And yeah, she's there, but I don't know where the rest of them are. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for a Leap of Faith. And I can see the rest of their team here. And actually, I got this decision immediately, but we have the Ash Arrow coming in. And there's going to be the kill onto Fiora. My team definitely showed up there and helped me out, so... One thing with Twisted Fate Ultimate is, yeah, you can use it and figure out where their entire team is, and then decide whether you want to go in or not. But I feel like once you use it, it's such a long cooldown, you kind of just want to use both parts of it. Not only the vision, but also the port. And so if you just use it for the vision, yeah, it's not a waste. But it just feels kind of lame, considering how long the cooldown is, that you only use half of it. Just, it's kind of disappointing. And I really just going to go apeshit all over Jinx, and she is going to get completely murdered. So not bad at all. And let's go ahead here and pick up, I guess, some damage onto this turret here. Use my blue card, and of course that Lich Bane active, and clear that out. And I guess it's a free inhibitor for us, because they had no Fiora, because we caught her out early. The Jinx was just destroyed and had no peel from her team, which is really quite depressing to watch, because I know as an AD carry, whenever I would play AD carry, and if I didn't get peeled from a Fed Irelia, man, I would be very salty. Monk, get Rylized for the ice? No thanks. We already have the Ash for that purpose. I'm all set with my gold card, my red card. I don't need any slows. Although I can see the usefulness of that with my wild cards, but I would rather have other items over that. But let's go ahead here and just take out the blue buff. One thing actually very few people know about Twisted Fate, which I find really surprising, because you can find it out just by looking at the numbers, is the amount of CC from your pick a card is directly correlated with the damage the spell does. So if gold card does the least, and blue card does the most damage. It's as simple as that, which is kind of cool. And a lot of people don't actually know that. They think that all the wild cards, all the gold cards, or everything like that does equal damage. You know, blue, red, gold. But they don't. So it's kind of cool to keep in mind that just because gold card is by far the best because it's stun, doesn't mean you always want to use that. Sometimes you want damage instead of other things. And of course, there's other effects like the AoE slow and the mana restore. But as far as damage goes, that's also something to keep in mind. Now, Dragon's up here in 30 seconds. Excuse me. And we definitely want to set that up. So I got my pink ward, I got my extra trinket ward, so we are all set. We just got to get these placed. I'm going to sneak a ward over here. It's a cool ward spot. Put it on top of the tree here, and it goes right on over. And that's a really good ward, I think, for Dragon if you're trying to set up. And it's looking like they're not really ready for this at all, because that inhibitor's down. Rengar's actually top lane. Who knows why. So this dragon is essentially free. It'll be our second dragon. Not really a big power spike at all. And we don't really need Irelia. I'm reading that in chat from Janna. That's not true. We can burn it pretty easily. But the question is, should we? I'm gonna start burning it here. I think Irelia's got TP. Yep, she's got TP. She just said that in chat. So I think we're all set here to burn this and then fight if we decide to do that. And I'll let the plant get taken out here. Fiora was in this rush. I could go for an ultimate play, but I don't have Hourglass. And so if I was to ulti somebody, I'd be putting myself at risk. which is okay if you have Hourglass, because you can just use your combo, get them caught out, and then holy fuck, that hurts. And then from there, look to... Jesus, this damage. I got a flash. Yeah, and then of course you could just back out, but unfortunately I don't have that luxury considering the circumstances. I'm just gonna toss wild cards backwards over and over again. Create the wild cards? Nah, I couldn't hit it. Nocturne's going in though. That's gonna be a kill for him. That should be the double too. Yep, nice job. Yeah, I just need to sit back and just peel for Janna and just chill. There's no rush and just survive. Surviving is priority number 1 when you're playing Twisted Fate, at least in my opinion, because you provide so much for your team if you're alive, and you have short cooldowns, so you can constantly put them out over and over again. So I think I'm going to get that Hourglass, because I do want to make more plays, and to do so, I do think the Hourglass can be more effective than the Abyssal. Although I desperately need that Abyssal, I think I desperately need the other item more. And that's actually going to be the game here, guys. So not exactly the biggest stomp or the biggest scoreline by me, only 8 and 4, but I think that gives you a pretty good idea of how to play Twisted Fate. Of course, I made some mistakes. You can feel free to critique me and all that in the comment section if you feel that is something you need to do. But that's the game here, guys. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, make sure to drop a like rating and subscribe for more videos like this one. And I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.